Every founder knows the crushing weight, of just one decision. It's not theory. It's not some faraway risk. It's real, and it's always lurking. At any moment, everything built with blood and sweat, every sleepless night, every sacrifice, can slip through your fingers because of one choice. One fork in the road that can mean the difference between soaring or burning to the ground. No warning signs, no magic shield. Just a raw, naked crossroads where your future trembles. You feel it, don't you? That gnawing fear when you wake up before dawn, heart pounding, mind racing. What if this time, the call, the contract, the partnership, the hire, the pivot, the investment goes wrong? What if this choice isn't just a step forward, but a trap? This is the silent terror stalking every founder's mind, the invisible enemy that whispers, "You could lose it all." And it's not paranoia, it's survival. Here's the truth that burns. Ruin doesn't come from outside. It creeps in from inside. The doubts, the blind spots, the tiny mistakes swelling into monstrous failures. It's not a dramatic scandal or a competitor's move. It's one bad call, one overlooked warning, one conversation avoided, one value betrayed. That's how empires crumble, dreams die, and founders fall. But here's what the world won't tell you. This fear, this edge, this abyss is not a curse. It's the core of being a founder. One decision away from ruin means you're also one decision away from everything changing, from breakthrough, from transformation. That razor's edge is your crucible. And every founder standing there trembling, this is exactly where the rare few separate from the rest. The question is, how do you survive it? How do you not just survive, but rise, knowing that slip means ruin? First, stop pretending you can control it all. The world of founders is a storm, wild, ruthless, brutal. Trying to fix every problem perfectly before moving is a trap. It kills momentum, drowns creativity, and numbs your passion. What you must master is navigation, incomplete info, endless pressure, shifting markets, unpredictable people. Your power is not in control. It's in mastering the mindset to see beyond the chaos. Let this sink in. Your mind is your battlefield. The way you think about your edge, your risk, your fear, that is your weapon or your downfall. Founders who freeze under pressure, paralyzed by the what-ifs, who look for comfort in stories and safe bets, these are the ones who fail first. Ruin finds its way through hesitation, weakness, and denial. But founders who embrace the fear with brutal honesty, who learn to read it not as a threat but as a signal, stand a chance. The skill to develop isn't just good decision-making. That's obvious. It's developing what could be called radical clarity. Seeing your situation stripped down to the bones, not the shiny projections, the hype, or what you want to be true, but what really is true. This demands a relentless commitment to brutal honesty with yourself, with your team, with the brutal facts. No lies, no excuses, no sugarcoating. The truth will often hurt. It will break your illusions, topple your assumptions, even crush your identity as a founder built on hope and dreams. But that truth is your only path. You must learn to hold it steady and act from it, even when everything screams to run or hide. That is what builds resilience, not just the ability to endure, but to transform from every hit, every fall, every scare. And here's a secret most founders never realize until it's too late. No one can hold this truth alone. The founder who tries to bear every burden, who hides cracks behind bravado, who isolates themselves thinking, "I have to do this on my own," is setting a trap. Ruin loves isolation because it feeds on blind spots, and those blind spots grow unchecked. Your decisions become shakier, your vision blurs, and your confidence crumbles. You need a network, but not just any network. A network where you meet radical honesty with radical support, where judgment is replaced by raw understanding, where your misaligned brilliance finds others like you. The rare, the misunderstood, the rebels who burn with vision but don't settle for noise, comfort, or mediocrity. These are the connections that save founders from ruin by sharpening perspective, expanding awareness, and transforming fear into fuel. But how to build that? Not by seeking belonging, not by chasing surface-level connections, but by aligning deeply, aligning values, mission, and relentless grit, because every distraction is deadly. You want a few who burn as you do, not hundreds who drain you. It's about quality and essence, not quantity and noise. And once you have that, it changes everything. Because founders who lean into this network find themselves no longer at the mercy of that one fragile decision. They expand their vision, break mental prisons, and build new realities, not as victims of circumstance, but as creators of their own fate. This is the silent revolution. Founders who refuse to be crushed by the system, who refuse to be cogs in the machine, who refuse to live borrowed lives. You can't outweight revolution. It's inside you, or it's nowhere. Founders are not broken. They're misaligned, stuck in old rules that kill originality and kill fire. But once you unlearn these false comforts, once you reject the illusions that dilute founders into just another role, you unlock a new game. One where your one decision away from ruin becomes, ironically, your one decision away from rebirth. The pressure never leaves, the storm never calms, the abyss never disappears. But the difference is this: leaders born from that edge don't fear the fall, they harness it. They move not to avoid failure, but to accelerate learning, creativity, and transformation. They don't seek comfort. They burn willingly because they know the fire refines them. This is how to win: by becoming sovereign over your will, by being critical of your assumptions, by transforming, not waiting for permission or clear skies, by being ruthless with distractions and sacred with your time, energy, and choices, by practicing patience in a world selling instant results and fleeting trends. This isn't just advice, it is a code to live by. The kind of code that turns ruin from an executioner into a teacher. The kind that lets you step off the broken system and create new paths, new ways, new futures. So if you hear that deep tension inside, the quiet roar that will never be silenced, you're not alone. You are exactly where the world's next wave of founders stands, on the razor's edge. One decision away from ruin, yes, but also one decision away from unleashing everything you were born to build. Don't run from it. Don't hide. Step into the fire, not because it's easy or safe, but because it's yours. Because this is how you break free from every limit, every rule, every conventional chain. Because this is how you become not just a founder, but a force no one can stop. You're not just building a company. You're reclaiming autonomy. You're declaring war on mediocrity. You're joining a movement where misaligned brilliance finds allies, where being different is celebrated, where your radical reality becomes shared power. Because the truth is brutal, beautiful, and perfect. Every founder stands one decision away from ruin. But that also means every founder stands one decision away from liberation. The choice is yours. Don't let fear decide. Make your move.